What's up, guys? Adrian Vasquez here from Balanced Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm here with Elvis Chen. Today we're going to be going over a crucifix from the turtle when you're on top and your opponent's kind of shelled up with his elbows inside. Okay, a lot of times it makes it really difficult to try to take the back. So what I like to do here is I like to take my knee, place my knee right on the inside, right in between his knee and his elbow. I want to try to bring my knee into the space to start opening up his elbow. So from here, I bring my knee right inside, okay? And I like to take a seatbelt grip, okay? If I can, I like to control the far wrist, either 2-on-1, okay? Or you can reach and grab far collar and wrist. Either way, you have options here. Sometimes I feel like 2-on-1 gives you a little bit better control, but if you want to start threatening the choke, you can start coming in with a wrist and a collar, which makes him worry about the choke here. Okay, so from here, with my knee in the middle, I'm gonna take my outside foot, okay? And what I like to do here is I'm gonna take my outside foot and bring it over the top here. And I like to think about connecting my heel to my knee here. Okay, so heel to my knee, and now I start separating and prying this hand away. From here, you don't have to necessarily pull it, okay? I can just roll. I can start falling to my shoulder and roll. And as I start to roll, it's gonna start separating that arm. Okay, now we're gonna end up in this crucifix position. Okay, instead of figure fouring here, okay, I'm gonna take my outside foot and I'm just gonna cross it over my other leg to make an X here. So if he tries to connect his hands together, it's gonna be really difficult. My feet make like a little X here. Okay, so one more time here. Start reaching for that wrist and collar. Okay, now I start bringing my knee right in the middle. I can also start kind of using my knee to slide that elbow open so I can step over. Okay, if he's really, really tight, okay, I can just roll, or if I really want to, I can start pulling that arm back and start isolating from the turtle. Okay, so from here, I also have an option to roll. Okay, so if my opponent's giving me a hard time, I also have the option to roll over my left shoulder. Remember, I always want to roll looking towards my opponent's head. I don't want to roll looking towards my opponent's leg. So I look towards my opponent's head, and I can use my free foot here to just dive over and stay in the crucifix here. From here, guys, I have my opponent's wrist. I still have the collar, and now I have my legs crossed in this X formation here, so he can't connect his hands. Okay, we have a couple submission options. Okay, the one submission option I really like to go for first is just a simple choke. Okay, I need to make sure that my opponent's head is up on my chest. If his head starts to fall down and slide, it's going to be really difficult to get this choke. So I need to make sure that I'm underneath my opponent, my head is underneath his head. Okay, and from here, we can choke with the collar, but I like to go a no-gi choke from here. It's just a little bit easier to slide in instead of trying to pull the collar. From here, I'm just gonna, if his chin is down, I'm gonna make like a fist here with my thumb on the outside, making a point, and then I'm just gonna start chiseling away at his chin right underneath, get him to turn. Once my arm goes across, I'm gonna cup his shoulder here. Okay, you can even grab D from here, and now from here, I'm just gonna pull my elbow in tight to get the tap. So from here, guys, okay, we can also slide and grab collar, and we can also use the collar here to pull to get the tap. Okay, so we have options. We can slide all the way across to grab the shoulder, or we can just grab the collar here and start pulling in to get the tap here. Okay, if let's say my opponent's head is really tight and I can't get underneath, I still have the collar, we can also attack the arm here. Okay, so to attack the arm, I'm gonna drop one leg to the floor, and I'm gonna use the outside leg here. I'm gonna flare my leg out. Okay, so my knee is pointed up. I'm gonna flare my leg out so it's more connected to his wrist here. And now from here, I'm just gonna bring my leg to the ground. Okay, continuing to flare my knee while lifting my hip up, okay, to get the tap. Be very careful here, guys, because you're using your hips and your leg against one arm, and a lot of times they can't tap. So just be very careful that we don't go a little too aggressively, right, and injure our partner. Okay, so once again, from here, Okay, if I want to take that arm, I'm just gonna open up one leg, still pinching my knees, take my ankle to the wrist, flare my knee out, lift the hip to get the tap. Alright guys, so those were 2 submission options from that crucifix position when your opponent's in the turtle. Hope you enjoy it. Us.